So welcome back, and right now I'm going to show you how I make my paint for the zebra head. I'm using blacks. This one is watercolor or tempera. I'm just going to turn it over and press that into the lid so it creates a hole. And I'm going to put it into this container. So I'm going to have to use my scissors to drill a hole in here. Get everything out. I feel like moving around in there, but it's not like that. I'm going to just cut off some of it. It's really creamy, as you can see. This tempera paint. I think what happened was it dried out. So you're just going to put the black tempera paint in the container, like that. I know it's not a lot, but just hold on. This acrylic paint is it's more watery and chunky, and it hasn't been opened, so it's going to go out pretty simple and easy. There's really no difference in the color of the two, so I'm just going to lay it on my paper over here because I don't want to make a mess. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of distilled vinegar. So just a bit of distilled vinegar, not a lot, so maybe just a cap full. That will give it a watery texture, which will be good for you. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to take the eraser and our working pencil and mix it. I'm going to mix it fairly well, trying not to sling things, trying to get it all in there, like that. So then it makes a little chunky look, like that. And I'm going to take this paper that I've started coloring on already. I'm just going to take this thing that I mixed the paint with, and just follow along. This may actually be better than using your marker. The distilled vinegar will actually make it more watery. It gives us more of the paint, and it also helps the paint stay well. Now the paint will stay very well. So I'm just going to continue to use it like that. And as you can see, it actually made it more darker. I'm using the eraser as my paintbrush because, again, this is how to leave you around on a budget. I don't really want to have to buy a lot of things. If you want to buy a paintbrush, that's easier. That's what you want. But I honestly think that using this, you have more control of how the shape is. So it looks like that. and it looks like a shiny dark. And since we mixed the watercolors up with it, it really gave it this really nice texture. It really moves along the page very easily and doesn't really clump up as much as it would. We added the acrylic in there, which is a little bit more liquidy than my watercolor that I have. So it added a little bit of like a liquid formation for the watercolor. And it just continued to do it the whole way through. I really do like the way it colors in on the paper. So I'm just going to do it all the way through. And the hardest part though is waiting for it to dry. You want it to be done right away. And it's not all gonna happen that way. So yeah. I want to do it this way if you're really patient, or if you really like the way this looks but you're not patient, I guess you could do it. Do not, I repeat, do not use a blow dryer on this or any form of dryer. It will make the paint run and look very nasty for this project. For any project, actually, unless you want it to run. It will make the paint run and move around on the page, and you really don't want that. I'm just gonna move it like that. And I'm just going to continue to move it. It does get messy. Don't tell me I didn't warn you that it got messy, and don't say I did not. Please, because I warned you. It can get messy. The only reason why I'm using this is a lot easier to do it this way, because it will shine, or it won't splatter onto the carpet if you do it the way you're supposed to do it. And the paintbrush, you don't really have control. If you push down, you add too much. If you push down too much, then you'll add too much paint and it'll look horrible. Now with the eraser, you don't really leave room to mess up like that. You can mess up other ways by the technique that you use or how much you put on the area. But for the most part, it spreads out very evenly. And it begins to look like that. And you're just going to do that all the way through. I'm even going to paint over the pieces that I already colored in with marker to make it look very even. So like I said, the distilled vinegar and the acrylic paints both add a bit of moisture for the watercolor, and actually the distilled vinegar acts as a chemical that will make the paint stick or stain. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to stain it on a little bit of paper like that. As you can see, it's very dark and vibrant black, and that's what we want. So now I'm going to continue to just do what I've been doing with this and move it along the page like that. And again, depending on how much you put on your brush will depend on how much you shall want. So yeah, sorry about that, my screen went black and couldn't see what I was doing on the screen, so I thought, oh gosh, something's happening. Anyways, sorry that I am again sick. I got a cold, not for sure, but I stayed home from school today because I thought I had a cold and I didn't want to. Hoping it was a cold, didn't want to get real sick. Yeah. There we go. And like I said, it can be very messy. So it's completely how you want a kid to do it. If your kid is doing this, it can get extremely messy. I used to have $300 brush set. Guess what? I lost it. I know, I was so mad. I had a chiseled brush that actually helped with how I painted on my things. I might even make a vanity area. So in my new room I might have a vanity area, but I'm not for sure. So I'm just going to keep on painting onto here. And when I'm done, I'm just going to set it off to the side and work on another one. Well, actually after this one I'm going to work on something with what I started with on the purple clear kind of dresser thingy. A storage space with that, which is really going to add a lot to this. Yeah. And this way, no one has to see what you're cluttering up inside there. You just kind of cover it up yourself. No one else has to see it. Well, you'll know what it looks like in there. If this is what I've gotten so far, I love the way it's turned out, so I'm just going to continue to do it. And it actually shows up even better than the marker. That's what I really like. And like I said, at first I couldn't really get the watercolor to come out because it had dried, kind of. It semi-dried. It's very clumpy. Now look at it. It's very watery, like the paint should be. Kind of got that acrylic paint feel to it. That's what you want. And I'm just about done, if you can see what I've gotten so far. And I'm just going to continue to do it like this. I really like zebra print, as I've said in my other video, that I was so inspired by zebra print, by this one rug. I mean, this one rug at Walmart.com, surprisingly, which, like I said, is how I shop on my budget.